welcome back to Low Carb Abode. This is Ludmilla. In my little kitchen, we mostly make low carb, grain-free, and wholesome foods. If this sounds good to you, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. So we're going to make a keto chocolate cake with a vanilla frosting. I just made this cake for my daughter's birthday and it was a hit, both among the adults and the kids. So I know you will like it too. The cake is chocolatey and moist. And of course, what goes better with chocolate than a vanilla frosting? So let's get cooking. We will start off by separating 6 eggs. Now we're going to beat the egg whites with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt until they're very stiff. This looks good. So I'll just set my egg whites aside. And next we will beat the egg yolks. You just use the same attachment. You need to add 1 cup of granular erythritol and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And now just beat the yolks until they're pale yellow and creamy. Nice. Now to this mixture, add 3 tablespoons of melted butter and 3/4 cup of almond milk. And just mix to combine. Now we will whisk together the remaining dry ingredients. This is 3 cups of almond butter, 7 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and today I'm using the Dutch processed cocoa powder, which has a darker color and richer flavor. But for this recipe, you can also use regular cocoa powder. And you will also need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And we will just combine this. Now let's add the dry ingredients to our egg yolk mixture. And combine well. So all that is left now is to fold in our egg whites. And I will do that 1/3 at a time. So I'm going to add 1/3 of the whites and just fold them in. Add another 1/3. Fold in again carefully. And now add my last 1/3. Work slowly and carefully here. Great. And now that everything is well combined, we're going to pour our cake batter into 2 prepared baking pans. So for this cake, I'm using 2 8-inch baking pans. And I already lined them with parchment paper and also greased the sides with butter. So let's just divide up the batter. And even out the top. Perfect. So now we just got to bake our cake. I already preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and I'll bake them for about 25 minutes until the top looks set and baked. You don't want to overbake them, otherwise the cake will be dry. Okay, our cakes are baked and I already let them cool down for about 5 minutes so they're ready to be flipped out of the baking pan. And to do this, I will slide a butter knife all around the edge of the cake. And then just turn the pan upside down. Perfect. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other cake. So now these cakes have to completely cool down, and while they do that, we can prepare our cream cheese buttercream. So there's one rule to follow when you make your frosting. Work with ingredients that are room temperature. So for the frosting, you will need 8 ounces of cream cheese and 1 cup of butter. And because I'm using unsalted butter, I will also add half a teaspoon of salt. And since we're making a vanilla frosting, we need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. So with my hand mixer, I'm going to beat this nice and creamy. It will take me about 2 minutes. So to sweeten my frosting, I'm going to use 2 cups of sweetener confectioners. You can also use powdered erythritol. If you do, you may want to increase this to about 2 1/3 cups of sweetener. I'm going to first add just half of the sweetener. Mix it, and then add the other half. And the buttercream is done, and we didn't have to add any sugar. So good. Okay, my cakes have cooled down, so now we're ready to put together our chocolate cake. Place your first cake layer topside down on your cake platter and spread it with about 1/3 of your frosting. So now we're going to add the second layer of cake, also topside up on top of it. So now I'm actually going to add a crumb coat of frosting to avoid any crumbs in my white vanilla frosting. The crumb coat is just a thin layer of frosting, and you can totally skip this step if you're not too worried about crumbs in your frosting. Okay, so this is what the cake looks like right now, and I'm going to refrigerate it for about 30 minutes and then finish it up. Okay, so the crumb coat has some time to firm up a bit, and now I will finish the frosting. To frost the sides, I'm using a butter knife. I find it easier than using my large icing spatula. And I'm just adding some swirls here with my spatula. And with a slightly wet paper towel, I'm just cleaning up the edges here. And this is our cake. So I'm just going to garnish mine a little bit with flowers and fresh berries. And you could also use chocolate chips or grated chocolate, whatever you like. Okay, let's cut into it. Wow, looks so good. Look at this moist chocolate cake and a creamy vanilla frosting. Okay, I think it's time for our first bite. So delicious. You can tell that this is low carb. It tastes amazing. And I know everybody at your next gathering will love this cake. All right, this is it for today. I hope you liked this video, and I can't wait to read in the comment section what you think of this chocolate cake. As always, you can find this recipe in the description below and all my recipes on lowcarbabode.com. I will see you soon. Bye.